Mythbusters, sexy abs, what it takes to get sexy abs. Today, let's talk specifically about the best abdominal exercises you can possibly do. Crunching all day, leg lifts all day, side rotations. These are crappy exercises, guys, for your body. I want to show you something. Side rotations. What do you think gets stronger when you do this? Your quadratus lumborum muscle, this muscle here, your lateral flexors. These are great exercises if you're a rugby player and you want to be big and solid, because these will get bigger. It's not going to give you that nice narrow hip that you're after. So guys, forget them. Absolute shocking exercise is the side rotation. But what we'll talk about is getting sexy, solid abs. So here's the 4 abdominal exercises that you will find in your push program, certainly coming week 6 to week 12 when we step it up a notch now. Firstly, myth. When we discuss abdominals, a lot of people, a lot of strength-based experts say you don't need to work the core because do squats and deadlifts and that will hammer the core. Yeah, look, I agree, but some people don't have the right support and therefore they're not using the core or bracing correctly. And I don't like the term bracing, drawing in. I like long spine and activate through your core. Focus on that. You don't want to brace hard. So some of us need a little bit more work than that. Squats and deadlifts are great exercises for the core, but maybe just not enough, and certainly the core has some more work to do in these other 4 areas. And then there's a lot of functional experts out there that you might see. So for the trainers, we're talking about the Grays, the Cooks, the Michelle Dowcourts and so forth, who say that all abdominal exercise should be standing up on your feet, making it more functional. Look, that is true. I do agree a lot of stuff can be on the feet. However, to get the best access to familiarizing with our clients and you guys, we often do that on the ground to make it worthwhile. So here's the 4 movement patterns that you want to follow when doing your abdominal work. Number 1, we were looking at anti-rotation. There should be no rotation of the pelvis and the lumbar spine. If you want a strong low back, then we should look at anti-rotation. The lower back is heavy structure, the facet joints and so forth. They're very heavy, they're heavy duty, they're solid. In the lumbar spine of gorillas, they're actually fused with no movement. They're that solid. Now humans have come from that race. We know that we've evolved, and the most similar structure anatomically, certainly in hips and spine, is the gorilla and monkeys and so forth, and they're actually fused, meaning no movement. Ours have a little bit of movement, but in flexion extension, not for rotation. So if you're doing abdominal exercises up and overs with your legs, wrong exercises, guys. You're putting your back at a lot of strain. Anti-rotations, standing solid. We call it the Palov press. So kneeling upright, staying in this situation and pushing the cable away from you. A great exercise. So standing upright, 90 degrees to a cable and pushing this away from you is a fantastic exercise for us to do. On top of that, what we want to do now is anti-extension exercises. So look at the plank exercise, look at the wheelbarrows. This exercise here is anti-extension, meaning you're not going to drop your back in and extend your back, which is the prime muscle of the tummy to keep your body in line so that you don't arch and bust your back. That's what the muscles do. They are very much anti-extensors. So planks, push-ups, rollouts, awesome for your tummy muscles. The next 2 exercises that we want to look at doing are some driving movements where you're really stable through the hips. So imagine in front of me I've got a cable, and behind me I've got a cable. Let's do this on the freeform machine or with 2 cables. Keep your body steady and drive through your hips. Solid, no movement through the core and no movement through the shoulders, just simply feeling your tummy working as you're driving forward and back with a cable in front of you and a cable behind. That's called a sagittal driver exercise. It is an amazing exercise for the tummy, Really, really solid, sensational. Following and last exercise is the rotational aspect. So the kneeling rotational exercises, keeping your nose directly in line with your hand and ensuring the rotation comes from the upper back, not from the lower back. So we allow rotation from thoracic spine, which is what it's designed to do, not from the legs, okay? It's anatomically not right for strength training. So guys, drivers are a great exercise, number one. Number two, the rollouts and anti-extension exercises, so football rollouts, wheelbarrows, TRX rollouts, awesome. Number three, anti-rotation, so grabbing cables, pushing them out in front of you and having to reduce the rotational aspects and actually hold yourself steady. And number three, adding in some rotation through the upper body, standing position with cables and so forth. These are amazing exercises for your abs. They'll have your back strong and sound, ready to go for the larger lifts, and you will feel sexier, stronger, and your tummy will show the same too. Myth, crunches, leg ups, rotating the lower back, do's those four exercises. Give it a go, guys.